Okay, a very good afternoon today. Okay. Great. Yes, we are just, getting set up. Okay, here today we are bringing another exciting topic because it's our special Saturday interview live session. And here we are. I want to share one slide with you guys. Um, every time we are bringing something new, this is our OC India Association live program Saturday with the interview style, where we are bringing a lot of achievers from our own community. And lately we have started to focus, instead of women, we are focusing on our kids, what they are achieving and how they can inspire other kids. So today we are bringing our own Anusha Gidyal. She's a Woodbridge High senior, and she will be sharing her journey towards this beautiful Congressional Gold Medal Award. In fact, today I saw on someone else's Facebook page also that kids are getting very inspired, and he also got this award. We are going to contact him also, but today we have Anusha, who will be sharing her journey with her mom. And that's the beauty, whenever kids achieve something, it's never alone. It's always a team. And in the team, we have parents, we have kids, and that's the story we are bringing in today in our OC India Association with OC Indian Women live session. So the topic for today is our destination achievement. And today I'm going to introduce mom, and then Monica is going to introduce Anusha, and we'll be asking some of the questions. So with that, I would like to introduce our the mom of the day for the congressional award, what it is, how you get involved, how to get it. So for that, I'm going to say hello to my friend, and I'm going to uh, just going to stop sharing the screen, and I'm going to unpin myself because I'm here to talk a little bit about Shailaja. So hi Shailaja, welcome to the program. Thank you. And in here, I'm going to talk about, again, sharing about Shailaja. So this is our dear friend Shailaja, who is engineer by profession, and she has been with IT from last 22 years. Originally from beautiful Chandigarh, India. So, as all of us, we know Chandigarh, what a beautiful city. And she's blessed with two beautiful daughters, Anusha and Arushi. In fact, Anusha and Arushi, I know them personally from last, how many years? They were really little, like,
14 years now, because they're 75, moved
uh,
here, she was 3.
yes, from the preschool time. Wow. And They love to travel, they enjoy music, they love to read books, and they also like to keep up with politics. So hey, now the election coming up with uh, this November. So good job, girls. This is very exciting. So Shailaja, would you like to a little bit tell us uh, about how did you learn about the award? But before we do that, Monica, would you like to introduce Anusha first, and then we'll ask some question to mom.
Absolutely. So, give me 1 second, real quick. I have personally known Anusha for quite a while, and she is such a great friend. But beyond that, Anusha is 17 years old. She's a senior, excuse me, at 12th grade at Woodbridge High, and she has earned the Congressional Award in March 2020. She started in 8th grade, and then she completed it a few years later in 11th grade. As for her college plans, she wants to major in biology or psychology with a heavy interest in the medical field. So, hi Anusha, we are so lucky to have you. Would you like to say something?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk about my journey about the Congressional Award and hopefully inspire more people to register for it and also take up the challenge themselves.
All right, great. So, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Anusha. Welcome to the program. There are so many kids who are looking forward, and there are so many moms who are looking forward to hear from you. Okay, so my first question is for your mom, Shalaja. Tell us, how did you hear about this award? Because I'm sure from you, so many kids, so many moms will hear, and they will be talking about, oh, I did hear from
Yeah,
the Ocean India Association live session, or from Shalaja, or from Anusha. So
yeah.
tell us, how did you hear about this award?
Sure. It will be my pleasure. So first of all, I want to thank you, Dr. Seemaji and Monica, for initiating this series, and to give Anusha a platform to motivate other kids. What was her journey about? And when she was in 8th grade, we have a very good friend, Manisha Shah, who's in lives in Irvine. I think you also know her. Her son, who is finishing, I think, in Berkeley this year, he did this when he was in high school, and he got this award. And they told us about it, and inspired so many kids, because they thought like every kid during high school is always busy doing sports or volunteering work, so why not use all of these activities which they are busy with and use it and get more motivated to do it much more than beyond, so that they can apply for this. And there are different categories. So she said, since Anusha was into dance and she was into taekwondo, she was also volunteering, because from 8th grade she was volunteering. And also they knew that everybody loves to do some kind of expedition, or they travel to some different place to learn more about culture. So we said this will be great thing to use your whatever you're doing during those 4 or 5 years to for high school, and apply for congressional award. Will keep you motivated, and it means you will really use your hours in a more, you know more fruitful way. And but you're not like just looking for congressional award. It is more committing your time for these four things besides your academic plan. So you have to really balance it out. So that's how she inspired us. Yeah, I really give her the credit, and we that's how we are telling everybody, yeah, if you can. And you have to make sure, only thing you have to do is make sure you're controlling the hours and submit it when your time is ready. So yeah.
Great. Thank you, Shailaja. That's really good to know. And thank you, Manisha. I know about Karan when he got the award, and he's yes, high achiever child. And mom,
Oh,
Manisha, thank you. Thank you for inspiring Anusha, who is now with us. So with this, we would like to know more about the award. So Monica, would you like to start questions for Anusha?
Sure. Yeah. So, there's so much talk right now, this congressional award. But what is the congressional award, Anusha? Do you mind explaining a little bit, telling us what it is?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, the Congressional Award is an award given by the U.S. Congress. So it's a national award, and it's when you turn 13 and a half, you can register for the award, and you have to complete goals in 4 different program areas, and by your 24th birthday. And the 4 program areas I will talk about later, and you have to dedicate a certain amount of hours for each and complete goals that you decide by yourself. So the program is very centered around goal setting and challenging yourself in many different areas besides your academics. And I'm going to talk about more about what are the 4 program areas and what kind of goals you can set for the award.
All right, really interesting. And I'm like you said, we'll go into each topic a little later. But right now, I see here that there's 6 different levels of award. Can you explain on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so it starts off, there's certificates and there's medals. So the certificates are kind of like the first tier of the awards. So there's bronze, silver, and gold certificates, and there's also bronze, silver, and gold medals. So they all take a specific amount of time to earn. So like the bronze and the silver are just the certificates or the beginning of the award, but you don't have to start at the certificates. You can go straight to the medals if you'd like. It's cumulative. So you can start wherever you want, but they assume that you want to go for the gold, which is the last level, which is, and then so to earn these, like for the bronze and the silver, you don't need a minimum of time dedicated to earn it. You can, once you complete the hours, you can just submit your record book, which they provide you, and you can earn the award. But if you decide to go for like the gold medal immediately, you have to spend a minimum of 2 years to complete your goals. And then for me, it took about 3.5 years. I registered when I was in 8th grade, and I just finished this year. So it depends, but I would totally recommend wherever you start, it's worth it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I know there's a lot of high schoolers who might want to achieve this. Let's say you've completed X, so this is volunteer hours or whatever their task is. But if they've completed a task prior in the past, let's say we have sophomores and they did something freshman year, they're still doing it. Would they be able to put that in their application or in the
yeah, for the award? So yeah, the thing about the congressional award is that after you register is only when your hours can count for the different goals. So things that you do prior are not part of it. They want you to challenge yourself after you register, and it's a whole separate thing from like any volunteer hours that you acquired before. So they want you to start fresh with specific goals and dedicate that time to earn those hours and those goals to qualify for the award.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Great. Now, moving on. What are the 4 levels of the program that you need to work on? Here we have 6 here, but after that, what are the 4 levels?
Yeah, so to earn these awards, there are 4 different program areas that the Congressional Award has designed. And if you could go to the next slide, I talk a little more about that. So there's volunteering and public service, there's personal development, there's physical fitness, and there's an expedition and exploration. So you have to complete and design goals for each of these 4 programs in order to qualify for the award, and you have to dedicate a certain amount of hours for each. So I went for the gold medal immediately. So when I was in 8th grade, I made goals for each of the programs. So for volunteering, you need a minimum of 400 hours. And then for physical fitness, you need a minimum 200 hours dedicated. And for personal development, you need 200 hours as well. And for an expedition, which I had to plan, it's a 5-day, 4-night trip that I planned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll talk more in detail about like the different program areas as we go on in the presentation.
All right. Sounds very interesting. Can we switch the slide so we're on track here?
Okay, so we have discussed about the 4 areas, 4 program areas, which Anusha just talked about.
Can we switch the slide so we're on the right track?
Okay, let's see. Is this the good slide about the perks of the? Are you looking into?
7th slide, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, here you go. Are you able to see it or not?
Just 1 second. I think it's still loading.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. It is still loading. Okay, there we go. Now, these are the 4 areas, but how can this help you? What are the perks of this award? Can you explain, please?
Yeah, so the last level, which is the gold medal, allows you to attend a multi-day ceremony in Washington, D.C., which is very exciting. It's usually in June, but this year, due to the coronavirus, it got canceled. So this year, I'll be receiving the medal through a virtual ceremony, but usually you go in person and it's really exciting. it can look great for college applications and your resume. And overall, it's just an incredible opportunity. You can learn so much about yourself and just involve yourself in so many different things.
All right. Interesting. Very nice. Now, what is this congressional award all about? What does it focus around? What is its focal point?
If you could go to the next slide, that would be great. Yeah, so I would say the Congressional Award is all about challenging yourself and just trying new things, putting yourself into something new, having fun along the way, and it's a lot about goal setting as well. So I'm going to talk more in detail about the 4 program areas that you need to make goals for in order to qualify for the award.
All right, very nice. Now, what is the voluntary public service program area? So now we're going into the 4 areas. What is the voluntary public service area?
So the volunteer public service area is a very important aspect of the award, and it's basically about sharing time and talents for the benefits of others, which is something all of us do around here. So if you could go to the next slide, I'll talk more in detail about it.
Is that okay?
The next slide, yeah.
Is that good slide? I think it's taking time to load from my side to Anusha.
I'll just wait for it to load.
I think there's one more slide, right?
The next slide, yeah.
Right.
That's
slide 11.
Okay. Let me see. Am I at the, hold on. Okay. Some perks we talked about, and then we talked about it's a challenge. We are talking about now the voluntarily public service. And after that, we have, what is that?
The 11th slide. Yeah.
11th slide. Yes. Okay. Yes.
This is more in detail about what is the volunteering public service program area. So this is very important, as I said. For example, to qualify for the gold medal, you need to dedicate 400 plus hours in volunteering over the course of 2 to 3 years. So for me personally, I really like hospital volunteering. I'm interested in the medical field, so I dedicated time volunteering at the hospital. And I'm also I love kids, so I volunteered at summer camps like the Leaders in Training here in Irvine. I also spent a lot of time at the library, shelving books, and there was also this program that allowed kids to play Legos, and it was just fun to interact with them. I spent a lot of time there. And I also did a lot of nonprofit work because I was very involved with nonprofits, several nonprofits. And the picture on the right is just me and my sister. She doing some nonprofit work. We donated meals to a homeless shelter very recently, and it was a really fun experience. But yeah, overall, the volunteering public service is very important, and you just have to design goals that interest you and dedicate your time towards those.
All right, that's really interesting. So I think we have a question for Mom.
Yes, now, with all this, I know you talked about so many things about the volunteer hours and the challenges you have for this award. So, Mom, what's, your input on how, how did you keep tab of all 400 plus hours from so many years? Because they're in high school, they have a lot of activities, and on top of that, then and they're teenagers, that's another thing. So please give some hints to moms. How do you keep tab of all the activities?
Sure. So when we were lucky to get some inspiration from other people who have already gone through this journey. So the best thing had happened because we came to know in 8th grade. So in the beginning of 8th grade, she started volunteering very early. So because when you're like junior year, it gets really busy. So she didn't really do that much volunteering compared to 8th, 9th, and 10th. So because as soon as you're 13 and a half years, they allow you to add your hours. So she joined Lions Club, and which I actually helped her because I don't have to maintain those hours. Anytime she used to go to volunteering, it automatically used to enter there, or she used to provide hours, and it used to maintain the, not only it was automated like it, and it was signed, because volunteering needs your signatures too, the where you are, you maintain all that record. So when you start early, I think it is very easy to get to 400 hours. So it is not, should not be your end goal, but yes, but she started in 8th grade, did a lot of volunteering in 8th grade and 9th grade. She did like going to libraries, going to stuff like picking up fruits and vegetables. I forgot the what is that, food drives. And so Lions Club used to send us a lot of places to visit. She loved being around kids, so library. But it was, I will say, the passion also has to come from the child. So means we started on the journey together, but later on her interest took her to places. I will only drop her, but yeah, it was a challenge later on when you are in junior year. I can safely say that only thing she could do was going to hospital, Hogue Hospital. She did volunteering during weekdays. That was also very tough. So starting early is the key. Starting early, like I 8, 9, 10, so you can manage it. But I think over the weekend, whenever you get time, you can balance it. In fact, it gives you a break from your regular, very busy routines. So attending kids program during weekends in library, it used to give her some break. And though she has to go very early in the morning. So but yeah, it all, then she took it over. On initially I was pushing her in 8th and 9th grade. She was not a very outgoing person by nature. You have to push her in the beginning. Once she got hold of it, then she chose going to, I want to go to hospital. So then I was surprised at the end of journey that I thought it's 200 hours, but I was saying, oh, starting early is the key. I will highly recommend anybody who's joining this program, if they can start early, even if in 9th grade is good, but starting 8th grade is a really good time when you have a lot of time in your hand. And also summer, during summer of when you enter high school, so 9th grade and 10th grade specifically, in summer you can also add in a lot of hours doing summer. She did that leadership in training program offered by City of Irvine, and that adds a lot of hours because you're spending 4 or 5 hours during a week, or in a day sometimes, because they're looking for volunteers from high school. So those are the key things. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Very, very good. Very inspiring, Shalaja. And I see a lot of people have joined. In fact, I see a lot of elementary moms who have joined to, get inspiration. And they are enjoying. And yes, the key is to start early and to know, where are the programs, and
Yes.
you go to volunteer, make sure you get it signed that yes, you did volunteer and acquire those hours. So anyone, even if people who are helping with the OC Indian Women, OC India Association, you're coming live. So Anusha, your hours are fixed, huh? You are on your next level. We'll be happy to give you hours. Great. Okay, with this we do have a lot of questions, even though the time is flying and we need to share a lot of information. So what's our next question coming to Anusha?
Okay, I guess we can go ahead and start for that. So we were going over the four areas of like topics. So moving on to topic number 2, which is the personal development area. So could you explain a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, so the next aspect of the award is the personal development. And the personal development really allows you to pursue a new interest or advance to a new level in an ongoing interest you already have. So for me, I personally have been taking Kathak classes since for the past 8 years, and I really love it. And I feel like the Congressional Award, during this time, it really just made my love for dance and Kathak just more like it just multiplied times 100. So I love dance now, and I feel like I really got to explore myself and kind of develop in that area of my interest in life. So I would say make a goal. And yeah, also last year I danced with Monica and my other friends, and we did a lot of community events, and it was really fun. And I feel like thanks to the award and allowing me to explore different things, I have come to love dance and use it in many other aspects of my life. And for the gold medal, I had to dedicate around 200 hours to earn for the personal development sector.
All right. Very nice. And I really love that event. We had so much fun. We will do another one. Let's do it. Let's all get together. maybe just like over a Zoom call, we'll do something, okay? That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right. Anyway, moving on to topic number 3, the physical fitness program area sector. Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah. So the physical fitness is another part, which is basically there to help you understand and improve your quality of life through physical fitness participation. It's a very important aspect of all of our lives. And the Congressional Award just wants you to maintain that and find an interest in physical fitness. So for me, I did Taekwondo. I've been doing it for a very long time as well. And my goal was just around like improving myself and getting to a new measurable goal in that area. So I made goals like to go to like a national convention and uh, achieve new levels and ranks. So now I'm a 2nd degree black belt. And if you could go to the next slide, that would be good.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's taking little time to upload because of the,
Yeah.
I think, the Wi-Fi. But yes, I'm on top of it. I'm on top of your slides, Anusha, and you did a wonderful job making those slides.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was just talking about how I did Taekwondo. You also have to dedicate around 200 hours for the physical fitness as well. And that's just a picture of me and my friends at Taekwondo at a national convention. Last year, we went to Dallas, and it was a really fun experience. And that was also part of my goal to like go somewhere and compete nationally as well. So, yeah.
That is quite impressive, Anusha, with Kathak and Taekwondo. Very impressive. Nicely done. Okay, now we're finally at our last sector, which is the expedition and exploration area.
Yeah, so I consider this like the really exciting and different part of the Congressional Award. It's like what makes it unique. So they encourage you to challenge yourself by immersing yourself in a new and unfamiliar culture. Because we all travel a lot, we go places. So you have to plan a trip on your own and implement it. So there are different like times and constraints, like depending on what level of the award you're going for. But I went specifically for the gold medal. So I had to conduct a 5-day and 4-night trip. And I went to India. I go to India very often. So I thought with my family and my cousins and my grandparents, I would travel to Vaishnu Devi, which is a very famous shrine. My family talks about it all the time. And growing up, I've heard about like how important it is to Hindus. So I decided I found interest in it. So I was like, okay, we'll plan a trip during the summer and travel here. It was the reason why I chose it was because it was very meaningful to my family. And it just seems like such a unique and like different experience that's like once in a lifetime. And so along with my cousins from Dubai, they traveled to India, and I went with my grandparents to Vaishnu Devi, and it was a 16-mile hike round trip, and it was up like a steep hill. We went on an altitude of like 5,200 feet, and it took us about 5 hours to get up to the shrine. And I think that was the coolest part, that we hiked that far on such an altitude during the summer. It was just a great bonding experience, seeing the different cultures, something that I normally am not like exposed to. And I just love the uniqueness and how much there was to offer there. So that's what I did for my expedition. Yeah.
So, Anusha, at that point, you have to say Jai Mata Di.
Yeah. Jai Mata Di.
Nice. Wow. Okay, so with a total of these 4 sectors, you completed the conventional award. Congressional award, excuse me. Congressional award. Very nicely done. Very good. Okay, now what do you need to qualify for these awards? This is what you have to do for the award, but what do you need to qualify to?
Right. So on the next slide, I've marked out the requirements for the starting levels, which are the certificates, the bronze, silver, and the gold. So as you can see, there's the 4 sectors: the volunteering, the personal development, the physical fitness, and the expedition. And each has its own requirements. So like you need 30 hours for a bronze in volunteering, and 15 hours for personal development in bronze, and like a day of expedition. So that's how it works. And there's no like time limit for the first 2. You can complete it once you complete all the hours. But for starting levels like the gold certificate, well, after that, they have to complete in a specific, you need to dedicate a minimum amount of months to qualify for the award. You can't just complete it all. Because the reason they do this is because they want you to manage your time well, organize yourself, and not rush it. Take your time. It's not a competitive award. Take your time, organize your plans, and go like go as you choose. So that's what the 6 months means. And as you get higher in the levels, the amount of time you need to dedicate gets even higher. And it's all cumulative. So you don't have to go one by one from bronze, silver to gold. If you decide, okay, I want to go straight for the gold certificate, you just have to complete those amount of hours and you will get all the other awards as long. So you don't have to complete like every time. So, and then on the next slide, I've marked out the medals, which is after the certificates. And same thing for this. So now it just gets higher in the hours and the amount of time you spend. So like for the bronze medal, you need to dedicate about 7 months, and the silver you need to dedicate about a minimum of a year, and the gold medal you need to dedicate a minimum about of 2 years to be able to submit and qualify for the award. So for me personally, I took about 3.5 years. I started in around September of 8th grade. So I just started 8th grade and I just finished this year in March. So it took me about 3.5 years. And I completed 400 hours of volunteering, 200 hours each for personal development and physical fitness. And I had to complete a 5-day, 4-night trip, which I talked about earlier. So yeah.
All right, all right. Very nice, very good. So that seems like it's a lot of work. So putting it in and pulling through with it, starting from 8th grade with a total of like, 4 years, or excuse me, 3 years, that is a lot of work, and that is really commendable. So congratulations, Anusha. I just wanted to say, I was just listening. I'm like, oh my God, you're doing so much. Great job. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Okay, great. Moving on to our next question. So you explained everything, you explained the requirements, but how do we get started?
So on the next slide, I've just linked a few things, like a few steps you could take if you're interested in registering for the award. So I've highlighted the website. If you want more detailed information, you should definitely visit their website. And another important aspect of the award, which I didn't really talk about, was getting an advisor. So an advisor is just an adult who can help you map out your journey, come up with goals with you, and check in with you periodically to make sure that you're following along with your goals well. But it can't be like a family member. It has to be someone like an adult. So like maybe a family friend or a school teacher or a counselor, someone like that who can help you. And then together you will make goals. You and your advisor can sit down and plan out your goals and just periodically check in to make sure you're on track with your goals and where you want to be in your award. And then also, after you register for the award, you should visit the website if you'd like to register. You'll receive a record book, which is basically a book where you can map out and record all the hours that you complete. And that record book is something you will submit in order to qualify for the award. So you will mail that into the national office in Washington, and they will go over your record book and decide if you qualify or if you earn the award. So yeah, those are just a few basic things about the process. But if you'd like to learn more, you should definitely visit the website.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so great. This is a lot of work. Amazing job completing all of it. I think we have a question for Mom now.
Yes, because we have learned about how to register yourself or how to get your advisor, and getting all those hours. So with this, definitely it's a lot of work on the student. But again, Mom, from parents' point of view, what what are your experiences, or what are your input for future parents who would like to apply for this award? And I'm sure after Anusha, I think the congressional award, the number of applicants, all of a sudden it has increased from OC India Association, like all the OC kids. I feel like, they are applying for awards, because now, knowledge is power. They are more knowledgeable. So there is going to be surge, of all these applicants, which we would love to be, number one in getting maximum number of congressional award in future. So I think they should give award on this, that we have so many students from OC. But with this, Mom, definitely I would like to ask you from parents' point of view, um, what input you have, or what experiences, or what tips you would like to give for the future parents.
Sure. I won't take like when I came to know about this award from Manisha, and so I said, yeah, that since you can see, like all the high school kids definitely are doing something or other, correct? So that was like putting it, but only thing is, yeah, you need to be dedicated, making sure that you're talking to your teacher. Suppose you're in sports in school, or you are definitely something or other you're doing, or just make sure that you're in all the four fields. Then I don't think in 4 years or whatever time period we were really worried about congressional award. We were more focused on, hey, besides your academic plans, are we going to the dance class regularly, or we are attending taekwondo classes regularly? Means whenever you get time. It is not like, oh, that should not, because you have to balance your studies, and also volunteering became a very important part of high school. Only thing, you have to add more hours, you have to find out. So just making sure that you're just not focusing on congressional, but how to improve your life balance. So you are focusing, so you should not be getting affected, oh my god, I'm going to miss out on this award. If you keep a proper approach, that yeah, you just go with the flow. I don't think I have to remind Anusha only in the when she was entering junior year, that this is a good time to apply. Then otherwise she was dance was became her passion. I think when she got motivated, only thing I will say, when you joined the congressional award, she said, yeah, let me go for gold. But she knew in her back of mind that if she wants to go for gold, she has to have all the, just not one or two won't work, or you have to have hours in all four categories. So she, that forced her, or made her more dedicated towards attending classes regularly, so I don't have to force her, or volunteering also. So in one way it became more fun, and you are actually committing more time for, whenever you're getting extra time, you're doing voluntary work. You say, she will be more excited, oh, that will add to my hours. So all these, so not only personal development, try to find, she did taekwondo, but you can do anything. There's so many categories. Anything that you're doing in school or outside of school can fulfill that, but that motivates child to be physically active. So I don't think you should just think of that goal. Just live life as you are going in the flow, and eventually you will reach. Only thing, yeah, we made sure that, suppose she was attending her Kathak classes, so you have to tell the teacher, keep the teacher informed. So you cannot lie on the hours, correct? It's not like, oh, I attended class in ninth grade, but 10th I did not. So you have to be, and what it teaches you, that you have to be honest and integrity. So the teacher will also feel like, because at the end of when you are applying, the teacher has to write up, each instructor will write something about you, and they really take that word of teacher, and say dance teacher or Kathak teacher, taekwondo instructor. You have to, they should be aware. You should not just go in the last day, hey, I need your signature in these hours. They should be aware of your journey, and they will be proud to write, like, recommendations. So they write recommendations. And then for what is it, volunteering, you cannot lie on volunteering hours too, correct? It has to be documented. It has to be, like, we maintained it in Lions Club. I'll really highly recommend, if there is a, like, it is difficult, or I used to maintain an Excel spreadsheet also, that, when did she start in dance club, when did she start in a sports. So you're maintaining those hours, and you're then getting it validated from each instructor, and they get their signature. So, but I will say, just go with the flow. Like Monica, you are such good in dance, correct? You've been attending so many events. So same thing, those communicate. So anything you're doing for community comes, so you are, it's like, at whatever you have accomplished in 3-4 years of your high school, it is great to submit those hours. If you get the award, good. Otherwise, at least. An expedition was one interesting thing. She could have chosen going, because they were saying, go something different, do something which you have not experienced. Like, maybe you can take a expedition to any national forest, or you can go different cultures, like going abroad. Like that year we also went to London on the way to India, and I thought we stayed there for 3-4 nights. We thought, I thought, okay, we can use that. But she chose India, because she thought that was a totally different cultural experience for her. So you have to find something interesting, and you have to write essay on that expedition. So it has, and with proof of pictures and tickets and everything. So it was interesting. I really like that, because we were not planning for Vaishno Devi. It all happened. We were supposed to take helicopter, but since she ended up doing that 15 miles, it became an adventure. So yeah. So those things, I think it we just went with the flow, and just mean whatever you're doing during high school, it's just matter of adding those activities. So it was fun. It actually it and became more fun, that we are utilizing whatever we did during. But though one more thing, like taekwondo, she was able to do more first 3 years. Just junior year, but she was able to complete those hours. Junior year, she was only able to do a couple of hours, not like till 10th grade she was going twice or thrice a week. But junior year is the very busiest year. So even in spite of if she wanted to go, it was it's that's what you have to plan. Those things I can tell in advance, that try to do as much you can do, because depending on, but some kids, even I know many kids who were in senior year, they were also taking part in congressional award, and they were attending classes. So it all depends on how much you can balance your academics, and so not every child can do it, so you have to balance it out that way.
Great, great.
Hope
So
I will.
no, that's great. Thank you, Shailaja, for sharing the insight. And thank you, Anusha, for sharing all your secrets about, how to get this award. Because you kids are inspiration for the future generation. And we would like to have, more and more kids coming up front and sharing their success, what they have been doing, and how they can inspire others. And that's what life is all about, how you can inspire others. So, and with this, I would like to say thank you to Monica. I know she takes a lot of time preparing and just, going over all these live session. It's not easy. I can tell you, you should come, I would request everyone to come on live session and see what goes behind the scenes, and especially half hour before you're like, trying to come in the meeting, something is not working, technical difficulties, or putting questions together, putting PowerPoint together, and sharing the event, and then missing on few things, or doing your makeup, or reading the script, and all that. There's so much which goes behind these live sessions. So we would highly recommend everyone, whether it's a child, whether it's a mom, dad, everyone, at least once go on live session to see and to appreciate what it does to you, and what, how much time and effort it does take to bring the session live. So with this, we would like to say thank you for all the speakers, thank you for the organizers, and thank you for the community to come up front and sharing their wonderful events. So keep on watching us. I do see a lot of comments, and a lot of people still watching, and they're saying thank you to Anusha and Tara Nigam. It's like very informative for presentation. And yes, thank you, Seemaji, for organizing. Yes, thank you, Tara. Parul, and I do see, other comments. These are my latest comments. So yes, a simple comment and simple thank you goes a long way, so that we know these sessions are very beneficial with for everyone, and that's what we would like to make sure that it does benefit our community. So keep on liking, keep on writing comments, keep on sharing till our next live event, which will be again tomorrow. So with this, we are going to say bye bye, and we will see you next week. So I'm just going to stop our live stream right now. Bye bye.